Okay. So growth, amoeba and paramecium growth by synthesizing new cytoplasm. Okay, contohnya amoeba ni saiz dia kecil macam ni, kemudian jadi membesar. Growth. Macam mana growth? So they synthesize new cytoplasm. Okay, next. Where's yes, excretion. Excretion tadi intake food. Sekarang kita mau tengok macam mana dia expel. Excretion means yang tinja, dia buang apa yang lebihan dalam badan dia. How does it happen? Okay, waste. Okay, to discharge the waste. Macam mana dia discharge? First, this waste macam such as carbon dioxide, ammonia discharged by diffusion. Okay, itu satu through diffusion. Through diffusion. It happens to diffusion. And then kita tahu amoeba and paramecium, they live in a freshwater environment, dalam kawasan freshwater, air tawar. Jadi bila dia tinggal dalam freshwater, okay, this paramecium and amoeba, the water will tend to diffuse in. Air ni akan cenderung untuk meresap masuk. Okay, jadi bila air meresap masuk, dia macam belon lah. Kita masukkan air, dia akan lama expand, berkembang, dan air ni akan masuk ke dalam. This water will diffuse by osmosis and fill in the contractile vacuole. Okay, maksudnya, jadi ini ada amoeba. Okay, kita guna contoh, we use amoeba as an example. When water diffuse into the amoeba, the water will go to the contractile vacuole. Contractile ni maksudnya dia vacuole mengecut, dia boleh mengecut, contract. Okay, so air masuk di sini, masuk di sini, masuk di sini. Yang akan expand ialah vacuole, this vacuole. Okay, and then when the vacuole expand to its maximum size, masuk air, contraction occurs, dia akan mengecut. Jadi dia tidaklah macam belon, kita isi air penuh dan pop, belon tu pecah. Okay, tapi amoeba dia tidak begitu, dia tidak akan pecah sebab it has a contractile vacuole, because whenever this contractile vacuole reach its maximum size, bila sampai pada size yang paling besar sudah, maksimum, dia tidak boleh expand sudah, pengecutan akan berlaku. Contraction occurs, jadi air tu pergi mana? Air tu, the water excreted from time to time. Air tu akan keluar daripada amoeba atau unicellular organism. This process called as osmoregulation. Osmo means related to water. Regulation ni regulator lah. Regulator ni dia macam controller. Dia control. Kalau banyak dia kasih kecut, lagi control. Okay, that's regulation. Osmoregulation. Okay. Last but not least is reproductions. Okay, this is what organism do. We reproduce. Reproduce maksudnya menghasilkan yang baru lagi. Menghasilkan sel yang baru lagi. How that happen in the unicellular? Okay, dia ada beberapa cara lah. Okay, bila keadaan yang sesuai, bila keadaan yang normal, amoeba and paramecium, it will reproduce via asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction means that it doesn't need a male or female gamete. Dia tidak perlukan jantan dan betina untuk persenyawaan. For persenyawaan. Jadi dia tidak perlukan proses tu, so it just need itself to reproduce. So that is asexual. Okay, dia hanya sendiri saja dia boleh reproduce. So this it doesn't need a fertilization. Okay, so amoeba and paramecium will reproduce using through binary fission. Binary ni, bi ni means two kan. Jadi dia belahan dua. In Malay we call it belahan dua. Okay, belahan dua. Daripada satu Daripada satu ni, dia akan belah jadi dua. Binary fission. Okay. Tetapi, whenever the environmental condition are not suitable, contohnya di musim kemarau ke, musim low temperature, sejuk ke, atau food shortage, this amoeba will form a spore and germinate when the environment improve. Dia akan jadi spores. Dia tunggu masa yang sesuai, barulah dia akan bercambah. Germinate ni bercambah. Okay. For paramecium pula, bila keadaan yang tidak sesuai, when the environment condition are not suitable, the paramecium will do a sexual reproduction. Okay, conjugation. So this is a conjugation. Conjugation means dia punya it's a sexual reproduction. Sexual kan tadi cikgu bagi tahu, kalau asexual it doesn't need a male and female, there's no fertilization. Tapi kalau sexual reproduction, it needs two. Okay, dia perlu ada male and female gametes. So this male and female, dia kena ada dua dan dia touch to each other. And then touch to each other, sebab itu kenapa in this video you can see, you can see here ada dua. Paramecium tu dia ada dua sebab dia connect to each other, and then there's exchange of DNA material, and then nanti akan terhasillah satu yang baru. Kita fast forward. Okay, you can watch it in the YouTube. This just to give you the idea. See, ada yang baru terhasil after the conjugations. Okay, now in this video I'm going to show you how this amoeba binary fission happens. You can see. Okay, so this amoeba, you can see it starts to split. Actually, it's already halfway to split into two to do the binary fission, and then from one amoeba it split into two and become two new amoebas. Okay, so that is a amoeba binary fission. That is how amoeba reproduce asexually. Okay, now I'm going to show you pseudopodium, phagocytosis. Okay, here is how amoeba gets its food. It is food. Okay, food. Okay, starting from, you can see it detects the food particles and then it starts to extend its pseudopodium, trap the food, and when it forms a food vacuole, then it will release a hydrolytic enzyme. Lysosome will release a hydrolytic enzyme to hydrolyze the food particle. Okay, and then it gets the nutrition from the food. Okay, food ni dia punya makanan lah. Makanan is not their food yang kamu imagine macam makan McD ke apa. Okay, so that is how the phagocytosis happen. Okay, it extends its pseudo. So we already covered the unicellular organisms life processes. Okay, so again, this is how the real amoeba looks under the microscope. Okay, there's a label here you can read, you can find. There's a contractile vacuole, I told you just now, in the excretion process. Okay, and this is paramecium. It has a contractile vacuole also. It also has a contractile vacuole for osmotic regulations. So this is the oral. Okay, it happens to be the way it gets its food. Okay, oral groove, maksudnya bahagian mulut dia lah. Okay, amoeba again, it moves using a pseudopodium, while for paramecium it moves using a cilium. Cilium one, when there's a plural banyak, it calls a cilia. Okay, that's all for 2.2. If you have any question, you can ask me. Thank you very much.